What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Amateur Hour TV for another video on the second channel for Amateur Hour Sports. This is the second channel because there are just so many things I want to talk about concerning the Raptors and the NBA. I just can't do all of that on my main channel, Amateur Hour Sports, with 9,000 subscribers. So we use Amateur Hour TV to discuss things like what I want to talk about today, which is the receipts I have for Raptors fans who are roasting me for talking about Christian Koloko pre-draft and roasting the possibility of the Raptors taking him 33rd overall. Hindsight is 20/20, 100%, but it'll be kind of funny to look back at some of the comments that we have here. If you enjoy what you see from today's video, be sure to drop a like on this one. It helps YouTube spread the word of this channel and find new viewers to support Amateur TV. And if you're one of those new viewers and you want to see more content from myself all throughout the offseason, be sure that you are subscribed. And we're on our road to 1,000 subs. You can help us get there. But today, our video, again, like I said, going back to all of these receipts. And I mean, I don't like doing this really. Like I don't like, going back to opinions I was right about and saying, oh, look how right I was. These guys in the comments are wrong. Because at the end of the day, I talk a lot about basketball. I've got 2 channels to do it now. In fact, if you count Amateur Clips, my Twitch, basically 4 platforms, like my Twitter, 5 platforms, and even more things where I talk about basketball. I'm wrong a lot. I'm right sometimes, but I'm wrong a lot, and I understand that. But as far as this one, when it goes to Christian Koloko, I think the biggest thing that I'm upset about with people getting mad at me was the fact that they just didn't bother to learn anything about the player. Like, I enjoy taking my time to learn about the potential prospects the Raptors could select. I've very much enjoyed it the last 3 years, and it has been the most successful pocket of content for my channel 3 years in a row. Like Amateur Sports has just absolutely killed it, thanks to viewers like yourself who supported it so much, and that's wonderful. But I enjoy doing it as well. I like covering the draft, so that when the Raptors draft Christian Koloko 33rd overall, I have a video from the week before talking about how the Raptors should select this guy 33rd overall, and I'm ready to talk about him as the pick is made. I'm ready to talk about him in a video that goes out the day after. Like all this stuff, I work very hard to prepare for the draft for this reason. I think it's very interesting to see where the Raptors are selecting, who they're going to select. But some people just don't share that opinion. So this is the post that went out and kind of caused it. I put a poll out for Christian Koloko, and I asked fans to say what their feelings would be if the Raptors were to select him 33rd overall. I did this for the 4 players I made 4 full videos for. That was Jalen Williams, that was Andrew Nembhard, and Ismail Kamagate. Didn't want Kamagate, but I just wanted to make a video about him because I knew the Raptors worked him out. Jalen Williams and Andrew Nembhard, I had a little bit of an interest in drafting, which is why I made those videos. And a lot of them looked like this. A lot of them looked like this. And I think that these numbers are skewed because I actually took a screen cap of this right after the drafts, or like the day after, so there was some people who probably went back and voted happy and stuff, but mostly people were indifferent, and people are indifferent. I understand. It's a 33rd pick. You're not going to know all of these prospects. You're not going to be aware of who the Raptors are selecting here, especially if you're like for lack of a better word, like more of a casual fan, because I'm so invested in the Raptors in terms of like researching all this stuff. If you just love the Raptors, you're a Raptors fan, like you're not looking at college prospects projected in the 2nd round. Like I completely understand that. You're not a casual, like people would say on social media, but you just don't have an interest in doing that. I can completely understand that. But if you don't know the players the Raptors could select, like I'm giving you this. I'm giving you a 10-minute video to go back, to go and see who this player is. And my expectation is maybe, you'll watch the video and then you'll come and vote here. And I didn't originally include the video link when I was doing these polls, but then because I saw all these different things people didn't know, like, bro, we don't know who these players are. Like, okay, if you don't know who the player is, go watch the video, learn about him, and then maybe you can come back and decide and make your vote. But that's not the way a lot of people who commented on this went about it. So let's get into some of these replies. And to be honest, they're a little bit funny to look at these days. So their first one is pretty funny. Raffier says, and don't send hate to anybody, by the way. I probably should have not included their usernames thinking about it, but don't send hate to anybody who's including this. If you're included this, I'm sorry, but I'm going to do you dirty like this. Be respectful, everybody. Why does everyone think we need a freaking 7-footer? Are you guys not watching the playoffs and the finals? Which one of these teams has a 7-footer on their team? Last team to have a 7-footer was Phoenix with DeAndre Ayton, and he got ran off the floor. Kind of true, but I don't think that had anything to do with his size. We'll get into it. If they can't guard multiple positions, they are not useful in today's NBA. So for starters, I think like obviously a lot of people made like the four teams in the conference finals in the NBA this year did not have like 7-foot centers, and people are making big things that like, oh, bigs are getting run of the league. The top two players in MVP voting this year were Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, two true centers. I don't know for sure if they're both 7 feet, but they're both either 7 feet or like 6'11" plus. So they still have a definite place in the NBA today. I just think it's, a lot of teams do play small ball and it works. But a lot of teams play with a proper big and that also works. So just using one season as a sample to say, hey, centers don't work in the NBA, it's a little bit short-sighted. And looking back at this one, why does everyone think we're taking a 7-footer? Well, that is exactly what the Raptors did. I thought it was a bit funny. So that one didn't age well. Another one that didn't age well was this one, as Warlocks Are Underrated says, who he played for. And he was laughing. He was crying, laughing at me for caring about Christian Koloko. Well, he plays for the Raptors now. So I'm sure Warlocks Are Underrated 888 knows exactly who he plays for. And maybe if he spent a little bit of time to watch the video I made on him, he would have known about the player pre-draft. I got a little bit petty, I'm going to be honest. Noble Venom commented, we don't know who these people are, LOL. And 6 people like that. 6 people like that one. Again, I put out these videos to teach people. So like, if you don't know who they are, and granted, a lot of viewers actually, a lot of supporters stuck up for me in the comments and said, like, especially D-Wiz, one of our Twitch viewers, he's like, if you don't know who they are, like that's your fault. Like, there's a video right there for you to learn about these guys. 10 minutes of your time, and if you care enough to comment, you probably have enough time to watch the video, no doubt. And this is another one where I got a little bit petty. I said, you do now. We don't know who these people are. You do now, because the Raptors selected him, obviously, with that 33rd pick. I enjoyed that one. Another one is, I don't really know how to pronounce the name. He says, truth is, no one cares about that pick until it actually becomes something. But I care. I want to see the prospects. I find it interesting. I like to follow the paths of the prospects that I like. Even if the Raptors don't draft them, I want to see, was my pre-draft analysis accurate? Would this have been a good pick for the Raptors had they gone with maybe what I was saying over what they went with? Like, it's just interesting for me to see all of these things. So, ultimately, as far as making videos, like, I make it for people to watch, but I also make it because I enjoy making these videos. So I care. Now, shout out this guy, because he also came back and he replied and, he owned up to it. Not everyone did that. I actually went back. Not everybody did that. And he went back and said, it turned out to be a great pick. Can't believe he fell to 33. So, granted, he wasn't necessarily somebody saying, we don't know who this guy is, we don't care, like, F you for making this video, this content. But it's just another one I found a little bit funny. They don't care about it. But I do. The thing is, I do. I make the videos on Amateur Sports, Amateur TV, Amateur Clips, Twitch streams, Twitter, Instagram. I make all of this content because I enjoy doing it. If I didn't enjoy doing it, I wouldn't do it so much. Because if I didn't enjoy doing it, I'd go nuts, the amount of work I put into all this stuff. I enjoy it, and there's a lot of people out there who very clearly enjoy this content as well. 3 years in a row, the most viewership the channel has gotten has been in and around right after the draft. Like, people care about this content. People want to know about the prospects, because not everybody wants to dive in to, the Mountain West Conference Player of the Year who played for Colorado State. Not everybody wants to care about this center that helped Arizona become the best defense in the nation. Like, people just don't really have, they have time. They just don't want to do all that. I do it because I like it, and I just take all of that information that I spent hours looking at, I put into a 10-minute video for people to easily consume. It's very much the minority who, kind of joke around me like this. And the majority of people love the content. The majority of people are appreciative of the content. I'm super grateful for all that. But I think, it was funny for me to look back at these comments after I very accurately predicted the draft. Christian Koloko was fourth on my draft board, but that's still pretty good considering the amount of prospects available in this position at 33. Fourth on my list, third highest on my list at the time of the selection. I think that's pretty good homework done, and I think like to not be humble, like I'm reaping the benefits of it because there's been a lot of views coming on the channel as a result of me, calling on this Christian Koloko pick. So thank you everybody who supports, and thank you everybody who questions me. The people who question me, it does make me a better content creator. The people questioning it made me put in the video link in the poll so that you could learn about it, learn about these guys, and then make your decision for the poll. So that wraps it up. I hope I didn't come off like as a bit of an asshole for this video. I hope I didn't come off cocky. Like, it maybe, I don't know what to say. Like, I put in a lot of work. It was worth it, and it's showing. So I don't think I can really be too cocky. I don't know. If I'm an asshole, let me know. But that's it for today's video. Please drop a like if you did enjoy it. When you drop a like, it lets YouTube know that other people might enjoy this video as well, and it recommends the video to more people. Takes a second for you to like, helps me out a lot. And every one of these new people enjoying the content, you've seen amateur sports, you've seen this now, maybe you enjoy it, please subscribe to the channel. Supports this one as well. Just another avenue for me to convey all of my Raptors and NBA opinions, and I'm loving using it so far. Thank you again. We'll see you again next time for another video on Amateur Hour TV.